Shalom Israel first. I want to invoke praise and glory honor to Yahweh Bashim Al Shah Bashim Kakadash. The Marcy Apostle Ezra Millstone, Peace Citation, War of Israel. And for this lesson, I want to title it, Have You Ever Thought of It Like That? All right. And really just going into how, the Lord, He'll withhold certain things from you because it's not beneficial for you. It's not good for you. And ultimately, He knows us better than we know ourselves, you know. And, I was meditating on how, there'll be times where you just nothing is going, say you broke his shit or, you shooting that woman and, you ain't hitting shit, all right? Or, the hoes ain't coming. It's just, those are just two examples, but it's mainly for a reason, It's maybe because the Lord doesn't want these things to distract you on the mission, right? Because these things are very, these things can ultimately sift you out, and the elders and apostles, they've told accounts of how men have gotten sifted out because of women, or, this is one, dude, apparently, I think he won the lottery and he was just gone, and, it's scary, because the Lord, he gave him these things and they were gone. So we can't look at these things like, oh, I can't dig this, we can't get in a bitter spirit. We got to look at it spiritually and be like, maybe the Lord is one, teaching me something, or two, or, you put this one at one. Maybe the Lord is keeping me from myself, all right? Because we understand this flesh is a bitch, all right? And the flesh has no limitations, So maybe your spirit isn't equipped enough to handle, whatever it is that you want, all right? But I'm going to read Isaiah 55 and starting 8. It says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither your ways my ways, said the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." All right, and that's something we got to remember. The Lord, he's the master chess player. There'll be certain times where, you be like, oh, man, I can get this, so hopefully this, that, and third can get done. But maybe you would have got, X, right? X, you put whatever, and that could have been the downfall. All right, so we can't look at these things as negative situations. And the scripture I like, that always sticks for me is Romans 8 and 28. It says, "And we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Most High, to them who are the called according to His purpose." So if you serving Yahweh Shemi Shai and you love the Most High, the Lord, the situation like this, it's not to destroy you, it's actually for your benefit, because as we read, we know all things work together for good to them that love the Most High, and whatever situation it is, it's for your benefit. All right. Now you may not see it in the moment, because it's just let me try to think of an example. Let's say my fucking stomach start rumbling and shit. Damn, I don't even have a good example. But basically, sometimes you don't see, there be certain times, you go through some shit, right? And later on you laugh at it, and you get the lesson then, Hopefully, it's making sense. I'm not the best speaker, as you guys know, but ultimately it's for a benefit. Just to drive the point home. So it's not to destroy you, and we can't look at these situations as negative. Yeah, we got to take these situations as blessings, and I believe Elder Zahab, I believe that's his name, from GMS, Mississippi. I think he made a video. It's titled "Be Grateful for the Things That You Don't Have" or something like that. I didn't watch the video, but I just seen the title, and I'm pretty sure he's going into just things and, you know, honestly, I'm about to watch the video, but I'm assuming that he's gonna go into be grateful for things that you don't have, because certain things you may have could easily sway you out. All right, and we gotta understand this nigga Satan is turning up, so certain shit is gonna this nigga he's turning up, right? Let me get this. All right. But what's that one scripture? Luke 22:31. That is right here. Luke 22:31. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not, and when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. And this man Satan, he's going to use all different types of means to basically get you out of this truth. That's his job. Whether it be by woman, whether it be by money, whether it be by just whatever, like literally. And this man is turning up. He'll he'll try to put those thoughts in your head and all different types of shit. Like this is why certain things, they're just not beneficial. But let me go back. Luke 21. Damn, bro. Luke 21 and 34. 34, yeah. It says, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your minds be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, so that day come upon you unawares. And we got to understand that we're on a mission, and, we're not here to get comfortable. So the Lord, he'll withhold certain things from you so you're not comfortable, so you're focused. Because if he were to give you these things, you would be comfortable, you would forget about the Lord. That's why, as it says in the Proverbs, Proverbs 30:8, remove far from me vanity and lies, give me neither poverty nor riches, feed me with food convenient for me. And that's the mindset we gotta have, because this truth is everything. And you don't want to be blinded by your lust, of I want this so bad that I'm gonna lose my crown for this. That's foolish. It says, lest I be full and deny thee and say, who is the Lord? You gonna get comfortable. You gonna, the Lord ain't coming back. I'm chilling. That's what Satan will tell you. These demons. Just chill out, bro. Like, do it later, or forget about the Lord later, or whatever fucking thoughts this damn demon going try to throw in your head. It says, or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my power in vain. All right. So as it says in Matthew 6, give us this day our daily bread. That's really the mindset we have, is just getting by here. We don't want to be rich. We don't want to be, poor. Obviously, we're poor, but we're not talking about like eating out of the trash poor and shit like that. But, just enough to get by to do the work of the Lord. That's the mindset we should have. Everything else, that's going to come in the kingdom. But that's the, that's damn bitch. But that's the attitude, all right? The mindset we should have is not getting comfy here. All right, you can read Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, for it is polluted. It shall destroy thee, yea, even with the sword of destruction. All right, that's what we got to remember. But let me go to, like this one. I need to get tense in my fucking whip. All right, James 2, or James 1. And where's that at? It's James 1. Fucking demons, bro. Asking faith, nothing wavering. He's Satan. I had a window peek down. These niggas gonna start yelling and shit. Let's see. Oh, it's 4:30. Okay. Wait for these niggas to get out. All right. So this is James 4, and all right, yeah. Because James 4, I'll start at 1. It says, From whence come wars and fightings among you? Come they not hence, even of your lusts that war in your members? Ye lust and have not, ye kill and desire to have and cannot obtain. Ye desire to have and cannot obtain, ye fight and war, yet ye have not, because ye ask not. Ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss, that ye may consume it upon your lust. All right, and the things we should be asking the Lord are spiritual things. You know, we shouldn't be asking the Lord, let me get like 30 bitches, you know, or Lord, you know, let me become a millionaire. It's like that's stupid, you know, because hold on, let me see what it says in NOT. All right, James 4, and let me switch to. All right, James 4:1, it says, What is causing the quarrels and fights among you? Don't they come from the evil desires at war within you? And that's what the flesh does. You know, the flesh, evil desires, you know, lust, you know, certain shit is just you want, you know, that is not beneficial or needful. You know, you don't need these things, you know. But it says, you want what you don't have, so you scheme and kill to get it. You are jealous of what others have, but you can't get it. So you fight and wage war to take it away from them. Yet you don't have what you want because you don't ask the Most High for it. And when you even when you ask, you don't get it because your motives are all wrong. You only want what will give you pleasure. All right. And, you know, we got to be, you know, as the other Apostle Tahar said, we got to learn to love to suffer. All right. And, you know, that's a part of this walk, suffering. You know, you're not going to have things you want. You know, we got to put certain things off, you know, certain women off, like so on and so forth. And I'm only using women as an example because that's the most common, you know. What's that? Such common temptation. No common. Let me get that. There you go. 1 Corinthians 10:13. There had no temptation taken you, but such as common to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. And that's the thing too. We gotta understand that, you know, what we go through is bearable. The Lord, he sees that we're obviously strong enough to go through it. All right. He sees that we're strong enough to go through it. So, you know, believe that whatever you're going through, hey, understand the Lord, you know, hey, I can do all things through Yahushua which strengthened me. All right. So that's what we got to remember. But, you know, I think I'm going to end the lesson here. You know, just going into how, you know, you may not get certain things you want, so on and so forth, but, you know, look at it from a different, spiritual perspective. The Lord is probably saving you from yourself, all right? And, you know, we at the end of this shit. So, you know, the Lord is also teaching us to detach from this place, you know, because we got to be as pilgrims, you know. A pilgrim It's one that just passes through this shit. We just passing through here. All right. So we can't get comfortable and and whatnot. So hopefully this is well said. I want to give all praise, glory, honor to Yahweh by Shemiah.